One of the most beautiful films in this year's festival has to be The Possibilities Are Endless, which is a film about Scottish singer Edwyn Collins. You might know him best as the singer of the song A Girl Like You. And suddenly he suffered a really severe cerebral hemorrhage. Grace Maxwell is his wife and his manager. She has been since really the beginning of his career. And this really becomes their story of trying to figure out how to get through this tragedy. And so this isn't really like a standard rock documentary, but it is one of the most special ones I've ever seen.
If you're going to see one film at Hot Docs this year, I highly recommend Watchers of the Sky, which is inspired by Samantha Power's book, A Problem from Hell. The film begins with the story of Raphael Lemkin, the man who originally coined the phrase genocide. His story is told alongside some of the biggest players in the fight against genocide. It is an intellectually rigorous and probably one of the most comprehensive films of the history of genocide.
Whether you're a fan of the band Pulp or not, Pulp is an amazing, transcendent film. It's more than a concert film. It is about music itself. Everyone in this film is a star, whether you're in the audience or a band member. And if you love Pulp, it's even better because there are such mesmerizing performances by the band.
One of the most fascinating docs in the festival, I think, is a film called Captivated. And it tells the story of Pamela Smart, who is a woman who was on trial for potentially conspiring to murder her husband by seducing two 16-year-old boys and convincing them to commit murder. And the story is well known. It's probably most well known from being the subject of Gus Van Sant's To Die For, but this documentary shows a more complete view of it. It's definitely an interesting companion piece, but it's great on its own, and it's a really, really, really fascinating piece of work.
In 2013, Russian President Vladimir Putin puts together a bill that prohibits the propaganda of non-traditional sexual relations. Children 404 is meant to give voice to these kids and these teens who are forced to hide their identity. Of course, this is an absolutely tragic modern tale, but I think it's really important that we get to hear these voices and see these kids and these teens and their daily struggles that they have within Russia.
Fu Elliot was the must-see doc at Slamdance this winter, where it picked up the Grand Jury Prize for Best Feature Doc. It stars an oddball cast of characters who are trying to make a 70s-style martial arts film called Blood Fight, with no budget and limited talent. It's a fun film full of mysteries and surprises and high-quality filmmaking about people who have big dreams and don't want to let reality get in their way of accomplishing them.
Bintou is an amazing look at a young, aspiring fashion designer in Burkina Faso. She whips up these beautiful dresses for them, seemingly in a day, and you begin to see that she actually is a contemporary, modern working woman like everyone else. Bintou is fresh, it is beautiful, it's lyrical, and it's really cutting to the heart of what it means to be a modern working woman in Africa.